And February always feels like Black people's birthday month to me. You know, it's the month that we get to like gloat and talk shit. If you ain't Black, then get to the back. You know what I mean? But besides that, I also think you should honor your ancestors. Of course, I'm going to do it my way. So, first, we're going to talk about some of the folklore and hoodoo legends and their stories. Let's start with Railroad Bill. So in 1895, Railroad Bill, who was a hitchhiker, was found hitchhiking a train from Louisville to Nashville. The railroad personnel caught him sleeping on a water tank. When they tried to apprehend him, he let it loose. Seems that he's pretty good at gunfighting, so he evaded the police and ended up in the woods. They have never really figured out who this man actually is, though. The police, during their manhunt, thought he was a man named Slater, but then the people on the streets believed that he was a man named McCoy. Now, if he was the Slater dude, that would mean that he was a convict worker that escaped. Either way, he was Railroad Bill by the end of the story. Now, later that year, Railroad Bill has another brush with law enforcement, but this time it was in Florida. A Florida sheriff took it upon himself to track Railroad Bill down. He tracked him all the way to this house, but ended up being fatally shot. So now both Tennessee and Florida are on a manhunt for the same man. His ability to evade a capture is making him famous. And then at the same time, he's robbing trains, and the goods that he gets, he's selling them to the Black American community at a cheaper price. This split the Black American community in half. Some of them loved him. The other side did not understand the violence. Whether you loved him or you hated him, he was becoming a legend. He had bounty hunters on him, and they even offered a $1,250 reward. This created a frenzy where these folks were creating little small armies to try to capture this man. And they were going after innocent Black folks. Innocent Black folks endured beatings, and some of them were actually murdered, mistaken for Railroad Bill. And boom, a story comes out that Railroad Bill has been shot. They said it was right outside of a convenience store. Story differs on what actually happened, though. Some say that he was sitting outside of the convenience store eating a sandwich and was startled and captured that way. Others said that they had a shootout there. Some people don't even believe that he's dead. Nevertheless, a Black man's body was paraded around as the dead Railroad Bill. His body was placed on display, and people traveled from far and wide to pay 25 cents to see his dead body. Prior to Railroad Bill's death, people were already making up stories of folklore that had to do with him. They were saying that when he evaded people, he was shape-shifting, or that he had magical powers, or that he was bulletproof or immortal. Once the legend of his story was solidified, Railroad Bill made it into hoodoo practices as an outlaw. A spirit that you use to evade or to challenge authority. I mean, he really put meaning to the words dead or alive. Well, I'm just talking though. That's food for thought.